In our brief cosmic existence, we've unveiled many mysteries of space. From moon landings to gathering insights about numerous planets within and beyond our solar system, our journey has been incredible. Some discoveries leave us in awe, while others are simply bizarre. This compilation is dedicated to the latter, presenting the 8 most unusual phenomena encountered in space. Number 8. Art. The Voyager spacecraft was launched in the 1970s, and it continues its journey through space. It has sent back pictures of Jupiter, Saturn, and an image where you can see us from 6 billion kilometers away. A tiny little blue dot in a vast amount of nothingness. What's even more interesting about Voyager is what was put onto it. A golden record was placed on the spacecraft with information about Earth contained on it. This record includes photos of Earth and people recorded greeting from the President of the United States. Coordinates to where exactly the Earth is located in the solar system, and drawings of a man and a woman. The disc also included a lot of music, including Mozart, Chuck Berry, and Blind Willie Johnson. The Blind Willie Johnson song is a particularly interesting choice, as it's a very solemn and sad song, and Willie Johnson lived an incredibly hard and impoverished life. But now his sad moans can be heard throughout the universe. Number 7. Hypervelocity Stars. Everyone's heard of shooting stars. If you're lucky, you may have even seen one. They streak across the sky on a clear night and are incredibly breathtaking. Well, I have some bad news for you, and then I have some worse news. The bad news is, those weren't actually shooting stars you saw. What you saw was an asteroid hitting the atmosphere of our planet and combusting. Though they're called shooting stars, they're not technically a star that's being catapulted through space. And the worst news is there is such a thing as a shooting star, but it's pretty terrifying. Scientists know that there are a lot of stars that travel in binary pairs, meaning that they spend their existence together. However, if these stars are situated around a black hole, which stars usually are, a pretty ridiculous thing can happen. If one star is sucked into the black hole, this can cause the other one to shoot off into space. Due to the loss of gravity, these stars can reach speeds of up to 10,000 kilometers or 6,000 miles per second and travel so fast that they become completely unable to slow down. That's nearly 4 times the speed of a pistol bullet. Let that sink in for a second. Shooting stars don't sound so magical now, do they? Number 6. The taste of raspberries and rum. Yes, we're starting as we mean to go on with this list. Scientists have sifted through reams and reams of signals sent back to us from near the center of our galaxy. The location they're most focused on is known as Sagittarius B2, a large dust cloud that exists at the epicenter of the Milky Way. There they found a large quantity of a material called ethyl formate. You may not have heard of this material, but it turns out this is the chemical that gives raspberries their taste and also rum its smell. The scientists were actually desperate to find amino acids, as it would help them in their search for exactly how life is created, but they were certainly not disappointed with their find. Dr. Belloc of Cornell University said that out of 50 molecules discovered in the survey, 2 of them had not been seen before. Just more proof that scientists are making groundbreaking discoveries every single day. So be careful if you find yourself out near Sagittarius B2. You might become very drunk. Number 5. CFBDES IR214904 ohms 3. We often think of planets as acting like the ones we know well in our solar system, as a controlled mass that is happily floating around the sun it's nearest to, with maybe a little moon floating around it as well. We think of planets as part of a larger structure like a solar system or a galaxy. However, this is not always the case, as the next strange thing in this list will prove. The not very catchy named CFBDSIR214904 ohms 3 is a free-floating planetary mass located near the constellation of Dorado. The team that discovered it initially believed it to be a part of the AB Doradus moving group, but this was then proved to be false, which means that this mass is not able to be classified as a planet. Can't help but feel bad for it, to be honest. Floating around space, not quite a planet, not quite a rock, doomed to a life of absolute solitude. Number 4. UFOs. Yes, I had to put some in this list. There are some sightings of UFOs in outer space that are too engaging to just be passed off as space debris. One of which comes to us from Russia and was filmed by Musa Manirov in 1991 at the Mir space station. Musa looks to be outside conducting some renovation or construction on the outside of the space station when a cylindrical shape, which can only be a few hundred feet away from him, seems to hover near the space station. Both Musa and a cameraman from the partner space station instantly spotted the thing as the sun shined off of it, causing it to flash. Musa actually went public with this sighting, disregarding any notion of it being a piece of space debris, and confirmed that it was indeed a UFO. Another interesting sighting of a UFO from space has been popularly referred to as the Black Knight satellite theory. The photo, showing what looks to be some sort of spacecraft, was taken in 1998 during the STS-88 mission, but conspiracy theorists claim to have dated its existence back to 1899, when Nikola Tesla conducted a series of radio experiments that picked up strange signals. A multitude of different instances are connected with it too, including a number of detections of crafts in outer space. Though most people believe these to be a load of unrelated stories tied together by conspiracy theorists, the picture taken in 1998 is definitely pretty haunting. Number 3. Galactic Cannibalism. Now, cannibalism is a concept that is strange enough when it's based on Earth. It refers to a species eating and consuming one of its own kind. What's just about the only thing that can top cannibalism on the weird scale? That would be galactic cannibalism. This occurs when two galaxies get too close together. One of the two galaxies will suck the other one in using its gravitational force and distort the original galaxy. This results in one galaxy, usually the bigger one, in essence eating the other one. Want to know something even scarier? Scientists believe that our very own galaxy called the Milky Way was formed when we collided with another more ancient star system. This is because there are two distinct groups of stars in our galaxy. Ones that are young and part of a disk shape, and ones that are much older that form part of a halo shape. Even stranger, astronomers estimate that our galaxy will collide with another in the future, give it another 4.5 billion years, and we think that the Andromeda galaxy will eventually merge with our own, to create an elliptical galaxy, perhaps in the shape of a large disk. What's amazing about galactic cannibalism as well is that it can birth new stars, because when galactic clouds form together, they can create new stars. So it's not all absolutely terrifying. Number 2. Large Quazer Group. A quasar group is a collection of astronomical structures formed around supermassive black holes. They're thought to be the largest objects in our known universe. The first ever quasar discovered was found back in 1982, but many have been found since then, including one hilariously known as the Huge Large Quasar Group. This particular one was found by Roger C.L.O.'s and his colleagues at the University of Lancashire in 2013. Another prominent quasar is the supermassive J0100 plus 2802. Scientists believe that this hyperluminous quasar group was formed only 1 billion years after the Big Bang, which startled them. Considering how close that is to the very beginning of our universe, another large entity that has been troubling scientists has come to be known as the erratic supervoid. Why such a scary name? Well, because from what those that study it can gather, it's an entity that spans around 1.8 billion light years and is filled with absolutely nothing. This was theorized after studying the cosmic microwave background, the radiation left after the Big Bang, and finding a massive gap around 3 billion light years away from our Milky Way. Some believe it to be a black hole, and if this is true, then I'm pretty scared of it. Number 1. The Eye of Sorum. It turns out that the Dark Lord symbol isn't much of a fantasy. There's a star in the constellation of Piscis Austrinus that looks just like it. Our eye's epicenter is known as Fomalhaut, which we know to be the 18th brightest star in the night sky. It is supposedly twice the size of our sun, which explains why we can see it so clearly. But the real magic happens when Fomalhaut is observed under infrared light. we begin to see a huge ring of debris surrounding it, which could possibly be new planets that are forming with the stars their center. All in all, it's a pretty scary image, and guess what? The universe has given us a hand to go with this eye. Elephant trunks of interstellar gas and dust near the Eagle Nebula were pictured by the Hubble telescope in 1995. The photo, which was named the #1 space photograph taken by Hubble, shows us what looks like a huge hand reaching up into the cosmos. It's actually composed of 32 different images, which gives you an idea of the pillar's size. It's absolutely breathtaking that such beauty can exist at such gargantuan size. Which cosmic anomaly captured your interest the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in.